before that finishes. Cool pickies. I'm just going to drop that down. Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't waiting for that. It's been a while. I'm Ros Boundy and I'm here to present for Boomer Press. And I thought what I would do tonight, because I do want to get back to these regular episodes on a Sunday evening, and I just missed the 7:30 mark, which is when I was anticipating coming on. That didn't happen. Lots of things haven't followed the timeline I intended, but I'm here, so that's okay. What I'm wanting to do is just, because I've done the regular live stream with the cards for my psychic mediumship site, I decided to stay with the cards and actually start doing something just a little different using Raptorite. So in the previous episodes you may have seen me using Raptorite. I did it very briefly because I found that I couldn't actually do recitations from books without permission of authors and publishers. So I decided, well, I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'll see how I can work around that or get permission from various authors and their publishing houses to, well, do that, read excerpts from their books or move through with interviews with some of the authors that I've made friends with. So, and they are the books that, well, I'm hoping it will be the books that are listed on their, on the Boomer Press, the Authors Hub, which you can actually go and have a look at that one and have a check out of those. Let me just go and find the link for that because I do have it. Just got to find it. Oh, goodness. I think it might be easier if I just, well, instead of doing that, I'm just going to type it in anyway. Online Authors Hub. I think it's that one. I should really check it out properly first, shouldn't I? Let me just do that first. So, there we go. It's that one. It's easier if I copy and paste, isn't it? Yeah, I feel like I'm a wee bit rusty with doing these live streams. It's been a while since I've done screen sharing and that type of thing. But we'll get there. Okay, here we go. So I've managed to do that. I can put that there. That's showing up on the YouTube channel. I don't know that it's showing here on screen, so I might just be able to add a text. Let me see how easy it is to add a text. No, I don't want that one. I just went and put a new scene in there. I don't want that either. Some interesting. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Oopsie, oopsie. It makes it look really professional, doesn't it? I'm just going to put the text in there and add that, and there it is on the screen. Boomer Press, the Authors Hub. So that's how it should be, that you type that in. Otherwise, just go to boomerpress.online and you can go to the tab automatically. So that should be easy enough. Okay, gee, goodness. It's taking me a little bit to get back into the swing of this. Now, what I was going to do was share the table and the screen. I think I can do both, but I'm not quite sure if I can do. Now that's the Raptorite that I want to do. Now I'm not sure if I can share the. No, I can't with that screen. No, let me go. Not the good night, this one. There's a few different steps to actually making this work smoothly, and because I'm so rusty, oh goodness, I'm just trying to look at how I do a screen share. That's a camera video. I know I can do it, but I can't remember how. That one? No, I want the other camera overlay. This one. Okay, and here we go. So this would be how I normally present using my cards for the daily card stream live. And I'd have these set out. So what I've done for what I did yesterday and today was the readings using the fairy tale Lenormand. But while I was doing the one late today, I decided I'm actually going to create a story. You know, this is fairy tales that we're looking at here, and I'm going to create a story using 3 of these cards. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I'll just do the main theme. If we do that, that was the main theme of today's reading. Oh my goodness, I've pulled out the same cards. Goodness gracious, except that one's the book. Great. So what we've got, I'm going to create a theme using a book, using these. Well, the start of a book. It won't be the full thing yet. I'm just going to put that down there a little bit. So, as you can see, these cards, there's the 3 cards. So we're going to have the rider, the bouquet, and book in what is going to be this particular one. And I'm bringing up the screen share so you can see me in the corner just. So I actually have to pull myself over that far, I think, so that we can see. There we have the as full a screen as I can get with a screen share. And it does have the little doovers at the bottom there, so you can see I've actually got quite a bit open. But what you can see mostly is the fact I've got Raptor right up. So there is the address of where you actually search for Raptor Right. It is a free program. You do need to register in with the Future Fiction Academy through Teachable. So the way that you do that is go to raptorright.com, just like that, and it probably will come up with me already being logged in. Yeah, it does. I'd have to actually sign out, and I don't want to do that. So, as it goes, when you first start with a blank project, this one is a blank one. You can see there's a blank title, and we're at that front where you look for the AI settings. I do have my API keys entered for the Open Router and the Open AI GPT, right? So I've chosen the mini, but I'm going to, this is where you choose what you're doing. So I'm going to choose the 4.0 latest. And there's other settings that I don't bother going through, like I just leave them as they are, but I'm going to the project. Now I've got One Love in the Heart of the Outback. That's a project I've already got going, but I want to switch to creating a new project. So I'm going to create a new project and name it. So that saved my previous one, and this one is going to be Fairy Tale Story. Just name it. So that's what I'm going to do. Whoops. And I think what I do is go down here, and there we have the blank title starting here. So usually what I do with the first one here is outline for the story. And you click in there, and like most of the artificial intelligence sites, you've got a chat area. This is pretty much the chat area, but of course there's lots of different things that this can do. I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to place a question here. I'm hoping it works this way, otherwise I'll go to ChatGPT. I'm just having fun with creating things through using the AI, but bringing in, once it's given me a bit of a outline, that I start to write the stories. And so using these 3 cards from the Fairy Tale Lenormand deck, divination deck. I would like you to create a story outline for a 20 chapter book. The 3 cards are Rider, Okay, Book, and I'd like it to be in the form of a I don't know what sort of form I want it to be in. Hadn't thought of that. In the form of a children's book. Children's adventure book for ages 10 to 13 years old. Now, I don't know whether it'll do this or not. Got no idea. Let me just go down here. I've got to replace some of these things because I've got parts of the screen hidden at the moment. This could be fun. I don't need that. Camera effects, I don't know if I need that either. Okay, as part of this, what I check is I have a look at this to see what the prompt is, and it tells me what the prompting is. So I'm assuming that that will work fine. So I'll just go return. And I think that works. It's been a while since I've used my Raptor Write. Now I need to go, oh no, see here how it's got that backslash. So I've got to hit the backslash up here. It has been a while. Now we see it working. And there we have some of that outline happening. Now I'm going to just accept that. So let's have a look. The Visitor of the Wind, 12-year-old Eliza Thorne finds a mysterious envelope on her windowsill, delivered by a Scarlet Cape rider atop a silver fox. Oh, interesting. Inside, a map with moving ink and a single word, begin. Chapter 2, A Garden of Whispers. Following the map, Eliza enters an abandoned greenhouse bursting with strange flowers. The largest blooms murmur riddles and guide her to a hidden door beneath an overgrown ivy arch. Now this sounds actually quite interesting. I've never tried this before. Through the hidden door, Eliza descends into a dusty tunnel lined with glowing vines. I think I'm going to accept that. Now with this, what happens once you've got some of these now, because it's at that finish, I still need to do I think I've got to accept it somewhere. I just need to, where you can see that little arrow moving all over the place, it's because I've got overlays there that I'm shifting around that you can't see. I'm not sure if I go like that again. No, I don't. I've got to accept them, so I have to go like that. That does it, and then I just hit that backslash again. So I hit the backslash. When it's here, it's got to be there, and it should continue to the next 20 chapters. As you can see, it's got there Moonlight, and it does look like it's continuing properly. So chapter 11, petal 1, the moonlit meadow. So Eliza and Crest traverse the nightshade passage to a meadow bathed in perpetual moonlight. Whoops. Oh, whoopsie. See, I went and stuffed that up. Now I did the thankfully I've got Command Z that will fix that. See how it's highlighted? I still have to accept it first, then I can edit, and it took that away automatically. So there you go. So many different shortcuts that are quite easy. Makes it quite easy to use this. And then I'm just seeing if there's anyone commenting. Not at the moment, because this is on my YouTube, but I think my Facebook is streaming to my Facebook, so that's fine. Good. At least I know that's working. Now, so here we are with the, I'm just going to do this up the top here somewhere so I can see that. And right, this is where it came in with the continue, chapter 11. So Liza and Cress traverse the Nightshade Passage to a meadow bathed in perpetual moonlight. There they uncover the first metal guarded by glimmerwool moths, creatures that only reveal the path when serenaded by an ancient lullaby. Eliza uses a song from her grandmother's music box to lead them through, claiming the silver glowing moon petal. Oh, this sounds interesting. As an outline, be lovely to fill this in. So we've got quite a few chapters here. The next thing is, here we go, down the bottom, see how it's chapter 18, and what I first initially did as the prompt was for 20 chapter book. Okay, so I do want it to finish that. It's got that in its memory, so I hit the backslash and it's generating again. So here we go. It should come up with something that looks a bit more like an ending. I'll accept that, and here is where it added more in. So chapter 18, the still roses. As the stars vanish one by one, the still breaches the garden's heart and begins consuming the sentient flora. The thorns twist into monstrous forms. Eliza with older and, so here is where that join was. We spaced that. And Cress beside her races to the glade of beginnings where the soil trembles with ancient power. So that's story that we can start to fill out into something a little more like a full story, pretty much, basically. So, quill light glimmering, dimming gently turns its final page. The end begins again. And I was already sensing the next seed of adventure taking root. So that looks like a very good outline. Okay, so I'm going here back to here, and I've got to move a couple of things here. It's a little bit annoying having to do it this way. But here in the main one, we add a new, I don't want a new folder, I want a new page document. So I'll do a couple so that we can get started. Now with this one, we turn that one on, and then with this next one, see how it's got blank title? I'm just going to call that chapter 1. This is just a rough way of how I like to bring them in at the moment. Create chapter 1 story from the outline to bring it to life with further action and dialogue. And I'm just going to do it that way. Oh, I can't even remember if that's the correct way to create the prompts, honestly. So what we've got generated though is 403 words. Now this here, I'm going to just pop back to the AI settings, because what I forgot to do here in the OpenAI, in this one that I chose, the output limit I've done as the average 512. The one I usually do it on is the max. So what I'm going to do is go back to this project now. I need to go back to here. Go back to this, and I'm going to go like that. And now what I'll do is hit the backspace, and it should create something that has a few more than just the 300 or 400 words. Although it's doing 466 from the look of that, so she did. So as you can see down here, it's got 466 words. I'm going to leave it at that. This is just a beginning and a start. So I'll put this here. I'm going to go to this one, turn that on, and from here, name that chapter 2, and continue the story, and hit that backspace. I don't think it's even necessary to put continue the story. I think with this Raptor right now that you can actually just do that backslash key and it will continue, because the prompt, that one that is in the settings, is already set up to do continues. So here we have this chapter that comes up to 428 words, as you can see there. And I think probably that is enough for what is a children's book. I don't know enough about writing different children's books. It's not my forte. I haven't done one yet, but this is certainly a way that it can be done. Now, because I've now needing to create more documents there, this is the way I'm going to do it at the moment. So we come over to hit turn on the chapter 2 and the outline, do the blank title, go chapter 3, and we'll just try it with just the backslash. And here we go. It is generating without putting that explanation. For the example tonight, for this, I'm just going to do the accept, and I'll go and edit it next time. We'll have a decent edit. Now that one did 527 words if we go back up. So it's improving its level of writing. So that was chapter 3. Now we're going to turn that one on, but for context, I'm just not going to have these two on. I'll just have the chapter, I'll have the 2 and the 3 on, and when we go here and write chapter 4, or have it write suggestions for chapter 4, I'll put it that way, because I'm not going to accept all of what the AI does, but it certainly brings ideas and options into the equation so that I can then create something that's more of how I'd like to write a story. Just brings ideas and thoughts into it. And I like that option. There's a 487 chapter. So it's starting to look pretty dang good, really. Okay. So I am going to leave that there. I've just got to find where my other things are. And switch this around. Oh, whoops, I'm hitting the wrong buttons again. Switch that around so you can see from those 3 cards what we had created was the first 4 chapters. I can keep generating those until I've got all of the 20 and work it that way. But the thing that I like to do is, and I'll do the screen share back again, just so that I can show you that. So here with all of these 3, like all of these 3, you know, the outline, and the outline will be fine. It's the chapters. Each time that it does an iteration, it probably changes, and I want to be able to edit this as I would like to see it, and then that may influence and need this chapter 2 slightly tweaked, and so on. So I'm not going to get any further forward than the 4 chapters. So we'll see how it develops, ready for next week. Okay, so I'm thinking that is enough for tonight, just to see what's possible and bring this as a bit of a regular session that I'll be putting this into the Boomer Press community as part of that realm, just to start some of you who may be wanting to start writing your own books, fiction books or otherwise, you might want to do some self-help non-fiction style of books too. Boomer Press Community, we launched it on Anzac Day more formally, and the invitation for those are, I'll be writing up on it, certainly where I am in Facebook, there is a Boomer Press Australia, I think I had to call it Australia, Boomer Press page there on Facebook. There is one on Instagram, and I certainly am in YouTube. It's just that I can't do live streaming to YouTube yet because I need to have the subscribers in there. So I'll put some of those links in the Facebook and Instagram realm so that you can just click through there that way or search for it on the YouTube. The YouTube I have put, oh no I haven't, let me go and find that link. There we go, and I'll put that in the comments on the YouTube one. It's only going to YouTube. I'll do that into Facebook, so I'll do all that afterwards. Thank you for watching. It definitely has been in replay. I've got someone who has put a heart there. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And that's probably in my Facebook page. I've got to search out where I've actually put all these things. It's been so long. It does feel like so long since I've done the Boomer Press Facebook live streaming. Live streaming with Boomer Press Book Nook on the Sunday. So I'll need to become more familiar with it again. So thank you for watching, and certainly go across to the YouTube and like and subscribe, and set the notifications with that bell to all, and then you'll get the notification on a Sunday evening before I go live. I am planning to do it regularly at the 7:30. That's the plan. It could be 8 o'clock. I don't know. But would be lovely to see you there. And so long as I can get up to, I think it's only 100. I think it's 100 to be eligible to live stream. So it'd be lovely to be direct into the YouTube and interact with you there. Thank you. Now I'll put up the good night, and we'll see you next week.